Ooh, where did the black outline go? Aw, there it is. Ugh. There, Moyu, are you happy? Okay, first turns, I'm kind of nervous. Yes, it's good. This base cube, the RS3M 2020, is great, but it's not automatically great, and I actually had Speedcube Shop send me 2 other versions before this one that I had to say, can you please make it differently? Because I didn't find them fast or easy to use enough, and this one is pretty much perfect. It's so much more fun to turn when it's set up well. I wanted this cube to feel very fast because if you're newer to cubing and you have somewhat of a slower cube, it can be hard to learn new finger tricks like D moves and reverse D moves and, you know, all this sort of stuff that's more difficult if your cube doesn't turn so well. So huge thanks to the hardworking people at Speedcube Shop for going through multiple iterations to get the one that I wanted. I don't usually do this, but let's go do an average of 5. So a lot of you have asked me why I chose the RS3M 2020 as my creator cube when I could have chosen something like the GAN 11M Pro. I did talk about how good that cube was, but I have a few reasons why I chose this one instead. I did some solves on different cubes, and turns out I do pretty much equally well on many cubes. And over the past few months, I noticed there have been a lot more new viewers on this channel, so welcome, and I expect you guys are people who just learned how to solve the cube, so you're wondering what cube you should get to try and improve. It seems logical that the more you pay for a cube, the better it should be, but that's not always the case, and I wanted to prove that by having this creator cube, the RS3M 2020, which is a budget cube, but you can see I can get very good times on this. As in, I'm not making a sacrifice here, these are the normal times that I would get on any of my favorite cubes. So I thought this would be a great opportunity to promote something I believe in, and also have it professionally set up. That way, if you're new to cubing, you don't have to really go through the trouble of figuring out what works. So if I chose a more expensive cube and a lot of the newer cubers went and bought it, that just wouldn't feel right for me because I don't think everyone should be buying the most expensive cube. The RS3M 2020 itself is not that fast, but this cube is then set up to be quite fast, which means you get a moderate to fast speed, which makes it not too hard to control, but also the turning is effortless enough that learning new finger tricks is not too hard. And if you do want to make it faster, you can go under the screws and you can loosen it a little bit or change the blue thing. I explained that in the review. Oh, I didn't even notice this earlier. Don't forget to use code Jperm at Speedcube Shop. Whoever decided to write this here is spitting straight facts. Unfortunately, Speedcube Shop just sent the cube to me without letting me place my order, which means I couldn't use the discount code Jperm. But you guys can go right that wrong using the discount code Jperm at Speedcube Shop. Okay, this thing. How many of you guys have seen my cube collection video? I mainly do WCA events, and Speedcube Shop randomly sends me this stuff all the time, but in comparison, I barely have any non-WCA puzzles. Here's my half-full little box of non-WCA puzzles, and here's the box of WCA puzzles, and I guess N by Ns. And here are the recent ones that are actually good I used for this video. Here are the ones on my desk I use a lot. Here are the Jperm cubes. Okay, I do have this little display section of non-WCA. Which reminds me, some of you have pointed out in my cube collection, I don't have the big 3x3. What? How do you lose that? And oh, I also lost the Volk Elite. These are just 2 that you guys have noticed. How many cubes am I just missing? It's definitely somewhere in the house, I just haven't found it. The only way to make up for that is with new and better puzzles. Okay, I have one issue with this. It is absolutely drenched in lube. I didn't sign up for this. Oh, by the way, this cube is called a Gigaminx because this is the Megaminx, and it goes Mega, then Giga. This is a Kilominx, which you can say is a 2x2. One up from Kilo is Mega, and this is 3. One up from Mega is Giga, but now it is 5. Now, people have pointed out before that this doesn't make sense, and by people, I mainly mean DG Cubes. He proposed an alternate naming scheme where something like this is a Kibiminx, and I just called it Kilominx because that is the literal product name, so sorry about that. I can't just receive a product and then call it something else. That would be wrong. That's why I didn't call this a Lego cube. Well, I did, but I tried not to. Let's be honest, it's a Lego cube. Okay, I have 2 issues with this cube. It's actually quite heavy. I think maybe I'm supposed to put it on the table and turn like this. Oh, that's so much more relaxing. All right, let's try scrambling this thing up. This takes forever to scramble. Kind of like a Megaminx, but longer. Yeah, that's obvious. Okay, this looks sufficiently scrambled. So it's pretty much 5 by 5 where there's a center and a layer of, or a ring of centers around it, and then 3 edge pieces at once that need to get paired together. And after I've done that, it's pretty much just a Megaminx, which I am great at. Oh wait, I've recently developed a new skill, and I think I have an idea here. I think what I can do is reduce it to a Megaminx like this. And now it's solved. Just kidding, I filmed that part earlier for the joke, and now I'm still left with this, so joke's on me. Okay, maybe it was a mistake for me to scramble this. I was going to do a solve, but then I realized this is a Gigaminx. Yeah, I sometimes do solves in unboxings, but the Killaminx took me 2 minutes. Let me repeat, this is a Gigaminx. So I'm still gonna solve it eventually. I don't like having unsolved puzzles sitting around, but let me know if you guys want to see a separate video just for that, because it would actually take a long time and I've never solved a Gigaminx before. For now, you can enjoy some more solves on the Jperm cube. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Well, not all of you. Don't come back unless you use the discount code Jperm at speedcubeshop.com.